look, Chris Rock has better things.
Everybody's a nice guy.
Chris Rock has better things to do than be here.
But Mel Gibson's a nice guy amongst nice, a really nice guy.
All right.
A gentleman.
He's a gentleman. And he gave me some money, so I'm never,
By the way,
he gave me a check, I will never say anything
the Arab world loves the new movie.
Is that right?
The Jesus Christ movie.
All right.
They say...
Is it converting anybody?
No,
they just love...
They say the beating of Jews have gone up since then.
They also love Freddie Got Fingered.
They did. They did.
Actually, I like Freddie Got Fingered.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
I did, too. I thought it was funny.
You were the two guys.
If you're going to sit in your... What's a better DVD in your house? You never sat down and watched it in your house?
It was fun. There was some funny moments.
Yeah.
You didn't get through the whole
I laughed.
See Chris Rock's special.
Me and Artie, we're having a Freddie Got Fingered moment here. I love sitting people down and making them watch Freddie Got Fingered.
Right.
Chris, it's always...
Like, you got to watch the whole thing. You ain't moving.
Chris?
See, it's a form of torture.
No, but it is fun. It's got some funny things.
Chris, next time you come in here, will you do your greatest hits? Like, you know how singers come in and do their songs? My theory is...
Don't you hate comedians that do their greatest hits?
That would be the greatest.
Isn't it? That's the worst.
No, I love
Most
that.
comedians do their greatest hits.
No, I would love it.
You go see them live, and they do every joke you heard them do before.
That's true.
And it's hickory, dickory, dock.
You know what I've always wanted to ask you? Were you trying?
Only Sam didn't do his greatest hits.
Sam was great.
Sam would give you
original.
a new show
Every night.
Every time.
Wasn't that amazing?
Amazing.
I used to say to him, he goes, well, I just thought that up. And I go, well, remember it. He goes, I'm too drunk to remember it.
Right. Sam would give you a new show. He would not go on the road with old material.
It's true.
No.
He gave the audience, never, you heard that food bit once.
What a fertile mind.
Yes.
Yeah, it's awesome.
There was one
these
thing
kids today.
I always wanted to ask you, were you trying to get under Jerry's skin in that movie when you told him how good Bill Cosby was?
No, I wasn't trying to get under his skin.
I don't understand the question.
Well, you'd have to see that.
You have to see
You saw a comedian.
Oh, yeah, I watched some of that. I don't care about
He
that.
didn't watch the whole thing either. But Chris is sitting
I know.
Jerry's running around the country trying to work out some material. And then Chris says, I just saw Bill Cosby the other day. He did 2 full hours. He said,
Really?
2 hours?
all new. Killer.
I knew you were trying to get to him.
Nah. Jerry, cool.
Believe me.
Call me last night.
Bill Cosby's never been funny.
I like you.
What?
He loves you, though.
Bill, yeah.
Bill Cosby's funny.
No, he's not.
He's funny. Just not to you, but he's funny.
I went to see him in concert when I was a kid a bunch of times.
Really?
Yeah, because everyone was carrying on about it. I'm going to go, and I go, I'm not laughing. I'm just getting bored here. It's like a lot of talk, man, and nothing being funny.
Chris has 2 messages today. Bill Cosby and Freddie Got Fingered are funny.
Well, I have a message. Your special is hysterical. Chris Rock's special, Never Scared, Saturday night, 10 o'clock on HBO.
I'm having a party to watch it.
Really?
Poker game with the guys.
It's like a fight.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's a big event. Chris, thanks for coming in.
Thanks for having me.
And
embarrassing me again.
Oh.
Come on, it wasn't that bad.
It wasn't. Actually, it's not that bad. I take it well.
Just because you were mean to everyone. All right. Well,
big up to the black women out there.
Well, they need it right
and
now.
all the white women I've loved before.
Yeah, we need your names.
Yeah.
Shout out.
Shout out. All right. We're going to...
What are we going to do, Howard?
I'm just looking at some of the...
Are you getting fired? Are you leaving this place? What's going on?
I'll be fired, yeah.
You're going to be fired. If Bush wins, you're done.
Oh, I'm done before Bush wins.
But if he wins, you're, like, really done and everything,
No, the rest
everything
of you are
like
done.
you is done.
No, I'll be fine. You're done.
Yeah,
I'm fine.
You
fine.
all will be
You think?
joining us.
Well, you got John Ashcroft's going to have another 4 years to clean up HBO. I don't think he'll be working there.
No, I'm going to have to work live. You're going to be working live. You're going to be on tour.
I can go to satellite.
You think it's going to stop at broadcasting? He'll eventually clean up the clubs, too.
Really? I'll be at the Apollo every night.
I tell you what, just beware of Clear Channel Communications.
No. You know what? They own everything.
Yeah, not only do they own everything, but they're in bed with Bush.
They did my tour.
Did they?
No, really?
Yeah, and some of it was good, but like in some markets, so they own the radio station, right?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
They own the concert venue.
Mm-hmm.
They own the billboards.
They own the billboards. But you know what else they own? They own the ticket broker.
Ugh.
So some nights I'd go out there and there's like no black people for me. And I go, what happened? And I'd be talking to people backstage and I go, well, I paid $400 for your ticket.
That's right.
But they bought it through a broker.
Right.
That Clear Channel actually owns. So the tickets go on sale, and the
brokers buy them up.
It's not even that the brokers buy them up. They give them to the broker.
Yeah.
Chris, you want to get serious about this for a minute?
And they tell me that, oh, you sold out 4,000 seats in a day, but in reality, they gave 3,000 to the broker or whatever.
Right.
That's
yeah.
And why aren't you getting that money?
And I'm not getting that, because the white man's going to take your money anyway.
Well, you want to know something?
It's a lot of extra money.
I got to tell you something.
That's a lot of extra money.
Yeah. Clear Channel got in that position because they pay off Bush, and Colin Powell's son cleared the way for them to own every radio station and every venue. There's no monopoly problem with there, and they're busy finding me to keep you distracted from knowing what you know because you're an entertainer.
I know I got, I probably got robbed of a couple.
Yeah, they made a lot more money for all that writing in the basement than you did.
Oh, and by the way, you getting robbed a couple of $1 million? How about this? I have a clear-cut contract with them. If they fire me, which they have the right to do, they have 30 days after they fire me, and then I can go on any radio station I want to, and they still have to pay me. And they're supposed to call me if they're going to fire me. They did none of that. They just sent me a letter saying, oh, I'm in breach of the contract. They're not going to pay me. So now I got to sue them for what they owe me. They don't honor their contracts. This guy, Lowry Mays, is a punk. And I got news for you, and his 2 sons, and they're awful people. They don't honor their contracts. And it's outrageous. And I'm going to have to go take them to court now for 1 million years.
As Paul Mooney once said.
But I'll do it.
Ask the Indians about white men in contracts.
Yeah. Suddenly I'm digging Paul Mooney a whole lot.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's really bad. Like, I said to my agent, why do we bother signing these contracts? They owe me the money. They're just not going to pay it. And they'll drag me through the courts. And this whole thing with the obscenity, and now they're obsessed with Ashcroft says.
They're not going to get rid of too many corporations make money off.
But can I tell you something? Ashcroft says, I'm sick and tired of the industry filtering their stuff and and bringing it to the American public. American public's buying this stuff to the tune of $10 billion a year. Yeah. We're not being dragged into it.
You can't check in any major hotel, family hotels, mind you. A lot of hotels make more money off than they do food.
Yeah.
Okay?
Oh, yeah.
Then they do rooms.
Well, I tell you what, there's a lot wrong.
But who's going to come out and say, you can't take my It's an easy one. The guy can't do it.
But to answer your question...
You'll check into the hotel. We have...
But to answer your question,
a choice.
We're going to be off the air. Because here's what's happening. We've been pulled off 6 stations. And the company...
They're gearing up to fine us.
They're going to fine us here through this company next. Then they're going to start fining individual performers. So let's say you go on HBO, Ashcroft goes after you for some reason. He's going to fine you, too, but right now they can't because you're on cable. But they're going to fine me. They're going to fine me millions of dollars a day. I can't afford to do that. So the fact of the matter is I'm out. I'm out of here. So it's a question, do I go to satellite? I've heard from, I'm loyal to this company. I'm not going to sit there and negotiate, but I've heard from that they have interest, like Sirius and that other one, satellite.
Doesn't Clear Channel own...
Some stock. It doesn't own...
Okay.
No, they no longer own that. But anyway, the point is, we're done. We're over here. I mean, this is a matter of time.
Well, if you're done, I'm done.
You're not done.
I'm not done, but if I don't have HBO, I'm done.
Oh yeah. Well, the HBO thing's going to happen next after he gets elected. They're not going to do that before the election. So
but he's already mentioned it, Ashcroft, that HBO is a.
Yeah, he said
really?
it. Yeah.
Wow. Wow. That's what the people want.
The people don't want this. And by the way, the Republicans are the dudes who said they were going to stay out. If the marketplace loves it, then, we stay out of your bedroom. But they won't. It's all about kids, and it's such a lie, It's the man. It's the white man. Can't deal with him.
The evil white man.
Now you know.
I know.
Now you know what I'm talking about.
I know what you're talking about. I hear you.
That's right.
I'm like Huey Newton now.
Philip Morris was a bunch of Jerry Curl diggers.
That's right.
Croft would be all over him.
Right.
I'm right.
Damn right. Black man has no place in this America.
That's right. And look at all the people who've come out to talk about how bad we are. What do they look like?
Exactly.
Not like you.
Yeah.
People are calling me Martin Luther Stern.
Let's let a black company start making guns.
Yeah. We'll see how long that lasts.
Yeah, how long people will be voting to make that waiting time longer.
Let's see how long that amendment. Oh, let's see if Charlton Heston come out for the black company that's making guns. Oh, that'd be so funny.
I think
They'd be saying Charlton Heston's crazy.
I might just, dude, I'm going to invest all my money in making a white gun.
And then you can give a special
white gun with white bullets.
Special discount on the guns for black people.
Oh,
then you really be out of business in a day. All right, listen, we got to go.
We're out of here.
Chris Rock special.
Never Scared.
Saturday night, 10 o'clock. HBO. Yeah. Everyone should watch it.
Everyone should watch it. It's important.
It's important, evidently.
Yeah.
And funny. All right, and we'll be back right after this.
All right.
Apparently, Chris Rock got all his dishes done, so he can come in today and be with us.
He got the kids off to school and
He's got to be miserable.
The lunches sent.
He has got to be miserable. Poor Chris.
He had the life.
He was lonely. He had to have a mate.
You know what? This is what does most of you guys in.
He had to have a family. Had to have kids.
Need to be with somebody.
Oh, come on, dude.
Got married.
I got divorced, too.
You know, Howard.
He's such a liar.
In America.
Yeah.
Be on mic when
you're having a happy marriage. But you...
Wait a second. You
live the American dream, and you... okay, you can't give us details. I understand you have a wife and children, but the real American dream is the happy divorce. It really is.
Right. I had one.
And you have to explain...
How to do that?
How did you do... a relatively smooth divorce. I mean, I didn't hear about you getting sued or whatever.
Nope.
I see you walking down the street with your gorgeous blonde. I saw you last week. You got a big grin on your face.
See, what you're doing is deflecting. You are here today. You're promoting your comedy DVD.
I have a DVD out.
And as a matter of fact...
Passion of the Chris.
That's the real name. They just replayed it on HBO about a week ago.
Yes.
And it's brilliant.
Thank you, sir.
You know I love you. But there is a good 15 minutes, particularly at the end of your set, where you bash your life with your wife.
But I bash all married men's sex life.
No, wait a second. Let me be honest with me.
Where are the married men that are getting laid? Where are they? Please call in right now.
Okay, that's a good point. You say
are they there?
You say in your new...
Were you getting laid so much?
No.
You said, I gotta get the divorce. I'm getting laid so much.
Kobe's a married guy who evidently gets laid a lot.
Yeah.
No, listen to me. Be honest. Have a serious interview for a second.
Okay.
He's got to go home. You don't have a home.
Right.
You got a pad.
Wait a minute, Chris.
You got a pad, man.
You got a crib. You've been to his pad? It's great.
I've been there. It's nice.
It's great.
Oh.
You could be doing the same thing.
Robin, you been to Howard's pad?
Oh, sure. He gives tours.
Got
this
shrimp.
Is what it can be like.
I worked the party there once.
I gave you shrimp.
That's right.
You gave me shrimp.
You got Mr. French over there. It's a great thing.
Oh, it's great. I'm over there, me, Howard, Rick Rubin, just hanging out.
Stewardess is running amok.
First of all, that was 4 years ago.
Yeah, but, I mean, I'm married. I lived through these experiences.
We
had a good time, though, right?
Yes, we did. I think we could have a better time.
I was a good guest, right?
Yeah, you were great.
Okay.
But listen,
you knew when to leave?
I knew when to leave.
But I've even talked to you off the air. You are miserable.
Again, and also, name the happy comedian. Where is he?
Okay, good
right
point.
here.
Where's that happy comedian?
You say,
where's the happy, funny comedian?
You say...
I'm ready to start parades.
Listen, in your set, you say, look, you know what? I've had intercourse for the last couple of years, but I haven't got effed. I can't say the word. I haven't got effed.
You really can't say it now.
Clear
channel.
I had
you try to get Howard off.
I have had oral sex the last couple of years, but I haven't gotten the B word,
Right.
Yeah. So you're in a sense saying to your wife, look, it's horrible with you.
I'm an everyman, though.
Yes. Yes, you are.
And there are thousands of people that come and see me because we're all going through this experience.
But what does your wife say when she's sitting in the audience?
My wife just goes and buys something.
She does. She gets over it. Does she ever say to you, honey, the stuff you say in your act, is that really how you feel?
Well, it's other people can relate to it. So it's not like it's...
But wait a second. I'm talking about your relationship with your beautiful wife, who I've seen. I've never really spoken with, but I've seen. When she gets home alone with you and she says, listen, I think you're brilliant. When she gets home alone and not has with me. Right. Does she say to you, how can you say this at the end of your act?
I think the people laughing help. And, I never say it's just my wife. It's all of us.
We're wondering where you
all the married people. Well, I did some research.
Right. So she says to you...
I went through something, and then I talked to other married men.
But wait,
and I figured out that we've all gone through the same...
So do you lie to her and say, honey, I'm just saying that my act sex with you is the greatest thing I've ever had, and I love our intimacy, and I hate regular sex.
I'm having plenty of sex, enough sex.
I love... our sex life.
So is that what you say to her? You turn to her and you go, you know what? This intimacy that we have, I could never have with another woman. And
yeah.
You do. You lie. So there you go.
No matter what I'm promoting, Howard's just waiting out my marriage.
No, because I know your marriage isn't going to last.
It's about lying.
I can tell.
Life is about lying.
I see you. You're very similar
come on,
to me.
how did you do it?
How did I have an amicable divorce?
Yeah.
Okay.
How'd you pull this off?
All right.
Millions of men that can actually afford a divorce want to know.
First of all, I never suggested to my wife that we get a divorce.
Really?
Never.
So you let them bring it up, is what you're saying?
I waited a long time.
So you just kept turning the screw.
No, I was just a miserable son of a... She knew it. So she was very anxious to get rid of me. Okay, that's number one. Okay. I made it so that she would be anxious to get rid of me.
Okay. It's almost like if you want your wife to be in a threesome, you never bring it up.
Of course.
You never bring up the divorce either.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
So in other words, that's number one. Number two, when it comes time that your wife says to you, get the hell out of the house.
Right.
You say to her, listen, and any man should do this. Here's what we have financially, and you got to be prepared for this. I'm going to give you the best deal ever in New York State.
That's a big one.
Yeah.
70?
No.
More.
If you're attached to your money,
90.
Stay married.
Stay married.
I'm not I don't spend anything.
All right, well...
You won't have
anything to spend.
Okay.
When you leave.
And you don't go through some bitter lawyers.
I'd have to take that Craig Kilborn job.
Right. In addition to others. You'll be like a Jamaican. You're going to have 17 jobs.
You're driving a cab.
I think that's
Craig Kilborn.
slam dunk.
I am missing one of my kidneys. That's how bad I got. I had to sell it. And
Howard's hosting Soul Train.
Right. If they're listening, Soul Train, please. I need the job. You've got to start planning for your divorce the day you get married. And if you don't, you're making a big mistake. If you wait, you're going to be behind the 8 ball.
Right.
So that's how you got to look at it.
And then you're the center square.
And you never get...
You'd hope to be the center
square. You go to arbitration, and you say to the arbitrator, you and your wife hire the person together, and you do it together. It's your project. In fact, this is the closest you'll ever become. You'll do the whole project together. You say, listen, no need to fight. We both love the kids. Your wife, your ex-wife, I was going to call her. Your wife is a good person.
Your future ex-wife.
Your future ex-wife is a good person.
I love it.
I don't know. Or you could have your wife knocked off, but, you'll run the risk.
You run the risk.
You run the risk.
Not everybody gets away with that.
Yeah, some people do.
One guy. And I'm horrible at sports. So.
Yeah, you're not beloved.
Right. They don't have footage to show in the courtroom.
Right. But that's how you have a nice amicable. It's all, listen, and also you have to be supportive of one another.
Right.
And handling the kids, you got to be supportive of one another.
Right.
So we actually have, listen, I ain't saying it's the greatest relationship, but we have a nice friendship.
They're not Demi Moore and Bruce Willis.
Right.
And I always say, this is a woman.
I love that one. Let's all go to IHOP.
Yeah. Now, how do they all go to dinner together?
What
I don't get that.
That's retarded.
I would like to interview Bruce Willis and Demi Moore about that.
He's the real guy who did it.
He's really doing it.
Yeah, I'm not really doing it. It just looks like I'm doing it.
Bruce Willis, yeah.
Bruce Willis has it down to a science.
Yeah.
I was reading about a guy, Warren Buffett.
His tip hand is strong.
Very strong.
I was reading about this guy, Warren Buffett, who's one of the richest guys in the world or something.
White man?
Yeah.
Okay.
He had such a great divorce.
He's rich.
His girlfriend and his ex-wife used to send out Christmas cards together.
Wow.
That isn't rich. That's wealthy.
That's wealthy.
Yeah, that's a great thing. So you couldn't come in here the other day because you had to take your...
I took my kid to her first day at preschool, yeah.
You took your kid to the first day of preschool. Right, here's what happened. Here's what I think happened. Here's what I think happened.
Oh, that's funny.
You booked our show.
That's probably the funniest thing you've ever said.
Chris, you booked our show. You booked
why
the
would I
Regis
lie
show.
about that?
I'll tell you what it is. You booked our show. You booked the Regis show all for Wednesday. Right. You didn't care if the kid was going to...
I didn't know.
No husband goes to the first day of nursery school.
I went to first day.
So your wife got a hold of you and go, you know...
No. It was a preemptive strike.
Right.
I realized that it was all booked at the same time and that she'd be mad at me for a year.
What happens when you take the kid to nursery school? Everyone go crazy? It's Chris Rock?
A couple of people.
Is that a good idea? Maybe you should not. Why don't you say to your wife, hey, I'm so famous, I think it's bad for the kid.
A few people, parents and teachers, did come up to me and say, repeat disgusting jokes that I told.
Right.
And they sound real dirty when you hear it in a nursery school.
Right. Your act is not for a nursery school.
The guys tell you, I haven't had oral sex and, whatever.
Right.
You're like, hey,
man, we're here with the kids.
The kids.
My kid's teacher.
Right.
Teach my kid here. Don't teach her that. But
so you went to the nursery school.
Yeah.
Interesting. Now.
But look at how good he's trained. He doesn't even have to be asked anymore.
All right, now let me understand this.
Some black men actually are good fathers.
You have said, I believe that.
I'm into it.
You have said to me, well, you're not like
I got one baby's mama.
You're some rich guy. So wait a second. What do you mean one baby's mama?
I mean, I got one.
All
my
his
wife,
kids are with the same woman.
All my kids are with the same woman.
All right. But you're making some sort of weird statement here. I didn't realize. Thought maybe you had a couple of kids or something.
No.
All right, good. All right, now let me understand something.
Just me.
Let me understand something. We have no outside kids.
I got no outside kids.
All right.
That's so far. I mean,
Why do you live near...
So far? What do you mean?
I mean, we've had, there's been tests.
There's been a few scares.
So far, I've had a few scares, a few close calls.
Right. Now, I remember. I read that stuff in the
Yeah, I've had my,
I've
had my white girl incidents, but, so far, so good.
We've all had those.
I always ask you about that, but you're always vague. What happened with all that?
I lucked up. Wasn't mine.
So you had to sweat it out and find out if the kid was yours.
I had to sweat it out. Yeah.
That's cool.
I had a great scam run on me, where here's a good one. So you go to a certain hotel in L.A. I'll remain nameless. Mm-hmm. And so you go in there and you sit down, you eat, and a girl runs up to you. Oh, you're great. You're the greatest guy. You're so funny, whatever. And
she's hot.
Hot.
Right.
Hot. And you end up having sex with her, and her Nigerian con man boyfriend gets her pregnant. And then she calls you up and says it's your baby. And her and her Nigerian con man boyfriend, they do this with a lot of black celebrities.
Oh, really?
Wow.
Yeah, they're running around trying to get them off.
Yeah, he sends girls over to you, has insane sex, so at some point you don't have a condom, and then they tell you...
Oh, wait a second, you can't blame...
At some point, I mean, all night, next morning, hey!
Yeah, you gotta run out sometime.
At some point, right? And then they tell you it's your baby, and they pick on married men. And some of these guys that they picked on that will remain nameless, some guys have been caught 2-3 times with their wife, and they can't afford another...
Right, because even if it comes out that they were with another woman.
Right. So they just start paying child support.
Right.
Wow.
Oh, wow. So with me, since I hadn't been caught before...
That was your first time.
It was my first time getting caught. I said, you know what? I'm going to tell my wife, and I'm going to get the paternity test and figure out if this is my kid.
So how do you go home and tell
it wasn't my kid.
But how do you but meanwhile, you had to go tell your wife
right.
Oh, man.
That was years ago. We're fine now, but yes.
How'd you get past that? Did she throw that up in your face every once in a while? You cheated.
No, you wonder why he was the first day of kindergarten.
No. I was
why.
I was separated at the time. So
Now I understand why you were.
But the Nigerian con man, come on.
But now I understand why.
The FBI was brought in.
But now I understand why.
Why what?
Why you have to go to the first day of kindergarten.
Oh, because of that?
Yeah.
You don't have any right.
I can't possibly love my kid.
No, we're not saying that. Guys who don't go to the first day love their kids.
No, you've got to do whatever she says.
I can, and I'm,
In the midst of a heated argument, though, does she ever say, but you cheated on me?
No, not really.
Oh, you're lucky.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Yeah, I bet you keep those condoms on now when you're in that hotel.
Oh, yeah.
Travel all the time.
He's wearing one now.
Right now.
I can't believe you would bang a chick without a condom. Even
okay, some psycho girl, you ever meet these girls that are like the Pat Rileys of sex that can get the most out of
a man?
Get a performance out of you that you didn't even know you had.
And meanwhile, you probably withdrew, but then she said, oh, you must have had a little accident.
I don't think there was any of that.
And you know.
Did you withdraw?
Plus, what else actually...
Chris, did you withdraw?
I did. You know what happened, too? I don't even remember not having a condom, to tell you the truth.
Right.
But you don't know women could be that ruthless until you've been in that situation.
Right.
Because you're a married guy and you actually trust, you have a decent relationship with your mother and you trust your wife and you end up like, so a girl tells you she's pregnant, okay, I guess.
Wow.
Then
be the man.
Then you're out there and you're like, Snoop Dogg was right. Don't love these hoes.
Is the sex, is this actually good? Because the whole time you got to be thinking, oh, crap, I'm cheating on my wife.
Oh, look who's talking.
I didn't cheat.
Okay.
Allegedly. Didn't. No, I didn't.
All right. You didn't get caught. Don't rub it in. It's like 30 years of crazy strippers. You didn't bang one?
Nope.
Oh, yeah.
Ask Robin.
How would I know?
By the way, I have tape of you in that hotel with the woman.
Oh, good. Good.
You remember that? Wow. So I think that's I think that's very honest of you to talk about that stuff.
Yeah.
So that's embarrassing, getting caught.
It's hard.
How do they get a hold of you? Like she calls you up and goes, Chris, I'm pregnant with your baby.
They call. You're easy to get in touch with.
And she probably
How long do they wait? Because she can't say that the next day. I mean, that's a pretty good scam.
It's a real good scam.
Yeah.
There's some.
They got to put some planning into it.
High up. Very famous men have been caught with the same scam.
So there's a baby somewhere that has lived because it was as a result of a scam.
Yeah, I mean, Mr. Cosby paying that girl's support for all those years.
But he wasn't the dad, was he?
No, it wasn't his kid.
It wasn't?
It wasn't.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it wasn't his kid.
Because he had to keep it quiet.
How do you know this?
I read it.
Yeah, but you can't let the people from Jell-O find that out, man.
Yeah. How come the girl didn't go...
Following all these stories.
And then the girl...
Right. You do your research once you're caught out there.
And the girl couldn't go to jail for attempted blackmail because she could say, I honestly thought it was Chris Rock's baby.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh, poor you. The one stupid time you get caught.
Yeah, so...
I wish I had a...
It's the scariest story I've ever heard.
Boy, I'd pull Chris right into the bathroom right now and have his baby.
I should have known no one
How much money did she want
me.
How much money did she want?
Too much.
How much was it going to cost you for child support?
It cost a lot.
Was this a white chick?
It cost you a while. You have to pay support until it's proven that it's not your kid.
So you had to start paying?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Was this a white chick?
Of course it was a white chick.
Yeah, of course.
I think I know the hotel. I'm going to ask you during commercial.
Wow.
Artie's been there.
Yeah. Well, that never happened to me.
Well, you're not married.
So how you doing with keeping your daughter off the pole?
So far, so good.
Yeah,
so
good.
far. You got daughters.
I got daughters.
You got to keep them up. And they're a pole age now.
I know. I got daughters legal age. I think I'm doing good, though. I don't think my daughters would ever go to the pole.
Okay.
I'm not kidding. It's weird.
You got to keep them off the pole, but...
Yeah, right. So, okay, now, why do you live...
Are going to the pole.
Why do you live... like right next door to Eddie Murphy?
I don't live next door to Eddie Murphy.
Did you feel like do you feel that, I mean, I know Eddie's one of your idols, but do you feel like, I'll live near Eddie because Eddie must know what he's doing, so I'll live near him?
I think Martin kind of lives next door to Eddie in L.A. And has done it twice, I think.
What, he keeps, every time Eddie moves, he moves?
Like a weird coincidence.
Like Martin Lawrence?
Yeah, I think he lives like right near.
Wow.
Wherever Eddie does, he does.
No, I'm just saying, a weird coincidence.
But don't you think you move near Eddie because you think, that's the place to be because Eddie's there, in a way? And your wife hangs out with Eddie Murphy's wife, right?
No, I don't like her. I can't afford it.
You can't afford it. Why, does she come back and
I don't got Eddie money.
Yeah, I understand that. But does she ever say to you, Eddie has a private plane, why don't we have a private plane?
No.
She compares?
She hasn't done that yet.
You know.